Nick Money got money. Oh, Nick Money got money. Oh, hey, money got money. Oh, Nick Money got money. Nick bought a truck. He could have bought a car and a plane and a new guitar. Oh, Nick Money got money. Clocker said what? Oh, a pussy and a butt. Oh, Clocker said what? Oh, a pussy and a butt. Oh, whoa, who you talking about? Whoa, what you said out loud? Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Hit that line, let it ring. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Scott Jopin, Deng Xiaoping, they all over there, the whole damn gang. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Boots on wood, hands in the air, dust on the floor, praise everywhere. Every step says he made it through. Every clap sounding loud for you. Clocker said what? Oh, a pussy and a butt. Oh, Clocker said what? Oh, a pussy and a butt. Oh, whoa, say it one more time. Whoa, pound that stomping line. Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Hit that line, let it ring. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Whoa, money got money. Whoa, Nick Money got money. Stomp pills, claps in the cracks, heel toe in, the whole place snaps. Shot it back, let it roll. Nick got fire in his soul. My iguana don't care. It don't really care what stocks you trade or how much Bitcoin you have. My iguana don't care. It just on the branch, cool as a board in a Sunday sunbath. My iguana don't care. My iguana don't care. If you got a check or a pussy down there, my iguana don't care. My iguana don't care. He blinks slow at you like he ain't really there. My iguana don't care. No need for a flex, no need for a pose, no need for a check. If you got the wrong time, a part in your hair, he give one long stare, then he goes somewhere. My iguana don't care. My iguana don't care. If you got a cat or a pussy down there, my iguana don't care. My iguana don't care. He blinks slow at you like he ain't really there. If you lay down dirt or sit on the chair, he keep on a chill with that lizardy flair. No fight, no fuss, no hurry, no fear. Just my iguana don't care when
Good morning. Start off with the news. I had a little issue getting my screen to share this morning. For some reason, my computer decided that sharing a screen on StreamYard was not an option. So it is 7:43 in New York. We had the mortgage applications. Thirty-year mortgage rate at 6.59. Rogers and Breeden both speak. That was 7:15 and 7:20. 8:30 U.S. current account negative 208.9 billion. Previous was 190.7 billion. New home sales coming up at 10 o'clock. And here's the one we've all been waiting for. Crude oil inventories. That's at 10:30. Gasoline inventories, distillate, Cushing. Dinger speaks at 11 o'clock. And Micron's third quarter 2026 earnings. At 1 o'clock, we've got the 5-year note high yield and bid to cover. At 1:30, the BOC meeting minutes. That's what's happening today. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent says dollar dominance is essential. France is a distant third in AI after the US and China. Trump keeps making statements about Iran. Saying there's no money has been given to Iran. Okay. The U.S., there are no tolls being... Okay, he says that Iran has informed the U.S. there are no tolls being sought on the Strait of Hormuz. And Israel's defense minister says Israel will not withdraw from southern Lebanon even if the U.S. demands it. That's not a shocker. So that's all we got for news right now. See what we got here and MNQ. Sorry, I was having minor technical difficulties this morning. It's pretty choppy through Asia and London. It was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. It's coming back up again. It's above the Asia session VWAP. Nothing really wonderful in here. IM looks a lot stronger for overnight. We are heading towards previous day's initial balance range. Initial balance high, that is. As of right now, YM doesn't look bad for longs. ES has been going back and forth as well, above and below VWAP through all of the Asia session. Through London, it stayed mostly above. We just created the London high a few minutes ago. And only previous day's value area high might be a target. There may not be a gap to fill today. $74.38 was yesterday's close. Hey, Czar, how's it going? I think you're the only one here, Czar. This is one of those Wednesdays where there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. Hasn't been a ton of price movement. Do you want to check out and see what oil has been doing as well? Oil's dropping. Amazing. Previous day high was $74.50. We're now down at $70.99. And gold's been on a downtrend too. We have 4,070. Excuse me, 4,070.30 right now. At a London low, 4,053.9. Previous day's high was at 4,174. That's a pretty big jump or a pretty big dump for gold. Yeah, I'm not trading gold right now, but I did want to know what it was looking like. $15 on NQ. On NQ, we do have 123 orders sitting at 29,900 right now, and 334 orders sitting at 30,000. That doesn't look like a horrible thing to me. Also have 117 orders at 29,500 below us. So this is where all the major orders are right now. We are sitting right in the middle of it. These large blocks of orders, and we're above the first deviation band and VWAP, but middle of this range, I don't really feel like there's a whole heck of a lot that I should be doing right now. 8 o'clock in the morning. I started a new trading combine today, or evaluation today, so I took a couple of trades on that right before I started the stream, and no, I took one trade and added into it right before the stream, so that may be enough for me for the time being. Hey, good morning, Stellator. Been a sweet London session with the NQ respecting the VWAP. Have you been playing around in the London session today? Yeah, I mean, it is lower time frame here. Oh, yeah. The moves haven't been huge. It has been respecting VWAP. Bookmap is showing that it's had a lot more sell volume balls than it has buy volume balls over the past hour, but the price is still mostly going up slowly, but mostly going up. Hey, good evening. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, London session tends to be the session where I tend to make 60% of my gains. London session, honestly, it's been pretty easy to trade lately. It's been a little bit less volatile than New York. Even Asia session, 1 a.m. has been ridiculously good to me on my cash accounts. I was actually considering doing a 1 a.m. New York time stream because I'm up at that time too much. It used to be that I wake up at 3:30 a.m. and now for some reason it's 1 o'clock. And I'm one of those people that when I wake up, I'm just awake. I can't go back to sleep. All right, so Zara, let's see if this respects VWAP again. It's been relatively, choppy, but we can do the Chris Drysdale thing and just play it level to level and just watch it bounce up and down. If it comes back down to VWAP, take another long on it. Yeah, Asia session is pretty solid lately. I would much rather sleep than trade the Asia session, but that doesn't always work out for me. Oh, when I said I started those trading evals today, I was off. I started them yesterday afternoon. I picked up another set of Apex accounts, trading those now. So today, I'm up like $50 on them. Yesterday, I was up like 500. I only took a couple of trades on them. I picked them up. There was a decent setup. I pretty much got lucky. I just looked at it and went, "Oh, that's perfect." Took a 2 or 3 micro trade, added into it for 10 minutes, and made $500 per account. So, so that was nice. So I think in total, the balance on them is like 50,000, 550 maybe. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I can just look at the bottom of the screen here. Why did I get disconnected? 50,630. So since yesterday, 633.54. And these are end of day drawdowns, so I don't have to worry about trailing drawdown on those, which I like. I don't think anybody likes trailing drawdown. Are all the new Apex end of day drawdown? No, they still have trailing drawdown for those who prefer it. I honestly don't know why you would, other than I think you may end up with more. Excuse me. More of a max drawdown with the trailing ones. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. Go to their website, look it up. But they have trailing, they have end of day, they have end of day with no activation fees, and I think that's it. I'm not really up on all of their offerings at this point. But if you're passing evals all the time, the end of day no activation fee ones are great, because I think after their 90% off deal, they come out to, Dave and I went through this, comes out to like $90. $90 for a single account, and you can pass it in one day. No activation fee. If you take the ones with the activation fee, it comes out to about 120, I think, which still isn't bad for a funded. $120 for a funded account is not bad, but save a little bit of money and get the no activation fee. There's no recurring monthly subscription charge, so those are good. And on their website, it's pretty damn clear when you can take a payout, so they won't deny payouts anymore. It either when you go to their website, you look at the payout page, and you, as long as all those boxes are checked, you can just hit request payout, and that's it. There's no payout denials. I think they're trying to work on their reputation because of all the people who are complaining, saying, "Oh, they deny payouts. I made $500,000 on Apex full porting silver," and then come to find out they were taking trades in both directions on separate accounts, and blew one, kept the other one, and then got mad about it. All right. Anybody have any questions about today? Ooh, silver's dropping too. Man, somebody got mad at silver. Dropped almost $3 since the London session began. That's It's not healthy at all. I did say gold dropped as well, right? Yeah. So gold and silver are both down. Kind of sucks. Most of the good prop firms are geo-blocked for me, from Apex, Lucid, Take Profit Trader, Funded Next. Where are you, Czar? South Africa. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to a fella I know named James. He's also in South Africa. He is also the #1 most profitable trader in South Africa. He trades CFDs, and he's really, really good at it. So at one point, he had given me a couple of different platforms to trade CFDs on, as well as trading futures. I looked into it. It just wasn't for me. But you being in South Africa, it may be a great way for you to go. I'll send James a message. Actually, I'm going to do it right now so I don't forget. All right, that's it. Oh, you know James. All right, perfect. Yeah, James is pretty awesome. Nick, can you confirm value area high and low on NQ? Yeah, I think I can do that. So, value area high, value area lows, 4,000. That is gold. I'm an idiot, and I'm sorry. NQ. There we go. Try that again. All right. So, value area low. I do want to change this over to a 5 minutes so I can actually see what the hell I'm looking at. $29,671.25 is previous day's value area low. The previous day's point of control, $29,741.75. Value area high, $30,025. Now, these blue lines, if you were not here a few minutes ago, are where all the big orders were on the book map. So we got 30,000 and 29,500. So we're halfway between. We've got equal orders above and below. There's something to read into about that, but we're not going to get into it. I'll put on my tinfoil hat in a minute. Previous week's value area high was 29,442.25. Previous day's low was 29,577.25. Yesterday's high was 30,700. Well, 69.75, but and the all-time high was just a few hundred points above that, 30,975.50. So in the grand scheme of things, we are really not that far away from all-time highs still. Good morning, Joanne. So did you have a silver short on last night? I gotta make sure the noise reduction is on for you guys. These birds and monkeys are getting ridiculous over here. Where on earth should my little... All right, did my screen just disappear for you guys? Can y'all see my chart, or did that disappear on your end as well? Hey, look at that. Much better. Thanks, Skelter. On my end, it looked like it just disappeared, so it was just a picture of my face, which I'm sure y'all don't really want to just look at a picture of my face. Wait, now it's blank? Oh, thanks, Skeletor. I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise behind me, but people think that living in Chicago or New York is noisy. Move into the rainforest at some point. You will welcome New York City traffic. All right, Zara, you were right. This did respect New York, but it respected, I'm sorry, it respected VWAP, but it did respect it a little bit too much. Now it pushed up to that first deviation band and it's seeming to continue upward. Just trying to give VWAP some space, not be too pushy. Do those monkeys make those noises all the time, or do they settle down? So those aren't monkeys. Those are the birds. That is macaws, and I can see some grackles. A couple of macaws are actually sitting in one of the trees up there. Some mini toucans. And parakeets. So, yeah, those are just the birds. The monkeys haven't even started yet. They do settle down after a while. The parakeets are actually the worst of them because there will be between 20 and 200 of them in a group, and they get real vocal whenever another bird comes near them. Fun. Honestly, there are worse things to hear. All right, it's time for me to go get some coffee. You want a blank screen or a jungle scene? Which one do you want? It's 8:22. Still can maybe take another small trade here. Real short duration. If this pushes down underneath the first deviation band, I would take a short toward VWAP. If it rejects off this and bounces up, I would take a long toward the standard deviation band up here. So MQ. All right. But I do need some more coffee because holy shit. Oh, Zara loves the nature in the background. Let me know if any monkeys jump up here and start clicking my keyboard. Good morning, Inc. Zara loves the nature in the background, so I should just set up a camera and do a live stream of all the weird stuff going on in the backyards where I'm staying. Right now, I'm on a 5-acre property. It's literally a 2-minute walk down this path to the beach, and there's a shipwreck right on the beach. During low tide, you can walk out to it and explore. The local kids have put a lot of graffiti on it. It's actually kind of nice. All right, so y'all can still see my chart, I'm hoping. Look. Yes. Again, today I'm doing single micro trades. This is today I'm trading 5 Apex accounts. So, and again, these are eval accounts. These are not funded yet. So I'm trying to get these ones funded. I am more than halfway to getting my top step ones funded. Those are going well. My cash accounts still look good. I'm not trading those probably until next week unless something really good happens. I want this Hormuz nonsense to be a little bit more stable before I really trade any size on my cash accounts. That being said, I really want to trade my cash accounts, but it's a little dangerous right now. So, that being said, I generally trade larger size on my cash accounts. I may take a couple of little ones, but good morning, Nick. Thank you for all your help. It's been invaluable. Anytime, Tim. Hey, good morning, Jerry. How you doing today? Yeah, Tim, in all honesty, when Randy and Dave asked me to start streaming with them, the first thought that I had was there's no way in hell I'm doing a live stream. Nobody wants to see my ugly mug on the interwebs every day. And then somebody told me that talking to yourself is a sign of mental illness. And I was just sitting here talking to myself trading anyway. So I figured I'd just hide that mental illness a little. Just a little. I don't think I'm hiding it very well, but making an effort. And thank you for being part of that. This has definitely been a change for me. I've never thought I would be doing a YouTube channel with somebody like Dave or Randy. And Randy's not even streaming with us anymore. It's just me and Dave now. Randy hoarded himself off to every live stream out there. He's got his own podcast and everything. And when I say he hoarded himself off, he actually does a live stream with ASFX every day, which, of course, he does, because it's Randy. You guys are going to make me cry over here. Come on. Mental illness, talking to yourself? That's what they say. Now, I'm not a headologist or anything, but that's just what I've heard. Yeah, sometimes I do wonder if this is actually helping anyone or not, so I do appreciate you guys letting me know. In all honesty, it kind of helps me a little, a lot, not a little, because I have to be accountable for everything that I do, and just sharing my my daily report cards and stuff with like the guys on ASFX and Randy and Dave. That's one thing, but when you're doing it live with people watching you, it does make a difference in the trades that you take. You tend to be a little bit more careful, and it's partially just me not wanting to embarrass myself taking stupid trades like an idiot, and and just looking like an asshole who doesn't know what he's doing. You heard metacognition is the highest form of intelligence. No, but I have heard that people who are highly intelligent generally don't get diagnosed with autism, even though they have it, which might explain a lot about Dave. I'm totally kidding. I'm not going to insult people with autism. That is rude and uncalled for. I'm not going to insult Dave either. Might be called for, but you know. Right there with you. My wife says I talk to myself all day. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, you and I, we're like twins. Metacognition, the ability to observe and evaluate your own thoughts. It is the mind's capacity to step back, question your own biases, monitor your learning, and actively redirect your thinking. Yeah. Don't worry, Nick, you don't seem like an idiot. Well, I don't know. You're not around me 24/7. I do some pretty dumb shit. All right, we have broken back down below that first deviation band, heading back toward VWAP. Still don't want to take a long right now. Or I'm sorry, still don't want to take a short right now. I want to see how this reacts to VWAP. So you're asking about the noises if they calm down? They just did. Ended up taking a beach walk yesterday, saw some of the weirdest damn flowers I have ever seen in my life. It's turned into a couch session. I am not qualified to give any counseling, psychological advice, anything like that, so silly things. Yeah, well, you know, I think I might do more than most. Have fun at work. I'm going to pull up some fair value gaps here. I got to get rid of all this crap in my favorites. See, like everything I have ever looked up is in there. And when I was doing the research for the Sacred Profit indicators, I just favorited them all and put them on my trading view. And now, after putting them all in my notebook, I can't remember which one does what and which one does what now. I will mess with Tom occasionally and jump on his live stream and bust his chops about having too many lines on his chart. Guy's chart looks like a road map of a major city with just too much congestion. All right, we have bullish fair value gaps that we seem to be rejecting off of. Right here is the Asia session VWAP. Didn't quite make it halfway down into this bullish fair value gap. It is in the center of a bearish one from beginning of London. Gets back up into this bullish one. I may take a long. If it gets down to VWAP, I'm going to see how it reacts to it and take a long here. If it goes below this bullish fair value gap, I'd be looking at shorts down to the first deviation band. Gary, dang, what happened to my long just now? We've been in chop is what happened. If you look at, oh, it is on the 5. Look to the left. Always look to the left. This movement right here, it's been between Asia session VWAP and that first deviation band since about beginning of London session, maybe a little bit before. Yeah, so a little bit before London session. We hit that first deviation band here, bounced above it by a little bit, made it halfway to the second standard deviation, came back down, back up to first, down to VWAP, up to first, halfway to second, it's coming back down to VWAP, bouncing up to the first, down to VWAP. It's just doing the same thing. Always look to the left. During Asia session, not the same pattern. The London session has been nothing but chop between essentially first standard deviation and VWAP. So I think that's what happened to your long. If you entered above this or like right at that standard deviation, you would have got chopped out. That's why I'm waiting for VWAP or this bullish fair value gap underneath it to take a long. I don't want to take a short because it does seem to be having a little bit of chop at the deviation band. I just don't feel like wasting $50 right now. But look to the left. Always look to the left. Whether you're on a chart or crossing the street. I read yesterday that the 4-hour fair value gap combined with the 15-minute fair value gap is really impressive. I will check that out sometime. I've never used a 4-hour fair value gap. I don't trade on a long enough time frame with futures to really think about that. I could see how it would be valuable, but I'm not patient enough to play in that pool. Yeah, Jerry, we all know what chop is. You sat in it like 4 hours yesterday during Dave's stream. Oh, yeah, that is a lot of emotional damage. You can see it with your fair value gap indicator. Can I? No, this is only 5 and 15s on here. You know what? Let's get rid of Joanne. You said the 4 hour and the 15, is that correct? Yes, 4 hour and 15. Get rid of the chart. All right. All right, I can see what you're talking about here with the 4 and the 15. Expected. Yeah, I just put the 4 hour on my nephew Sam indicator. Just the 4 and the 15. Love to learn some of these ICT concepts, but I am too lazy to trade anything other than orb and VWAP. So I have no desire to learn ICT anything. And I'm not sure if that's just me being a judgmental prick, but as far as ICT is concerned, I look at that and say, okay, ICT stands for I can't trade. And it's not that those concepts don't have value, because I will admit they do, but they're in no way ICT. It is not whatever that jerk off's name is. They're not his concepts. He has taken concepts from multiple other people, other people's technical analysis strategies, other people's theories, and compiled them into a jumbled mess of convoluted and complex bullshit that only a 14-year-old computer nerd would understand, and given them ridiculous names like turtle soup and birthday cake and whatever the fuck else he's got going on there. What I would say is actually look at where those concepts have come from. Everybody brings up Wyckoff. ICT stole all this shit from Wyckoff. No, he didn't. Stole a little bit from Wyckoff, but some of it actually came from Dow. There's a number of different historically great traders from, I think, from the 1880s onward that these concepts have come from. If you want to learn them, and you want to learn them without all the stupid jargon and the ridiculous names, and actually not sound like a fucking Pop-Tart while you're trading, go to the original sources and get the information that is get the information straight from the source, not have it filtered down and slightly altered, and then apply it to a strategy that you already use that is working for you. If you're trading VWAP and what'd you say, orb and VWAP, and it's working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That being said, you can tune your motor a little bit. You can use those concepts for another indication that you are correct in your analysis, and this trade is going to work out in your favor by going in one direction or another. You can look at, like, I don't use fair value gaps. I put them up every once in a while, so that way maybe I know I have another confirmation that I'm correct, or possibly a red flag on my theory. Either way, because I'm not always right. So sometimes that red flag helps just as much as the confirmation. But if you're trading VWAP, like I said, if the markets are an ocean, VWAP's your compass. If it's the center of frickin' gravity, if it's working for you, continue using it. Don't just go from one strategy to another, start trading VWAP and then ICT. Find something that is simple, that you can understand, that works well for you, and make a little bit of money. And by a little bit, I mean a little bit. You don't get greedy, because it'll bite you in the ass. Use a strategy that you love, that works for you, that you understand completely. And if you don't understand it completely, work at it. Eventually you'll get it. And it may take a couple of years. I'm still working on it. But don't jump from VWAP to ICT. It will kick you in the nuts and leave you on the side of the road. Probably steal your shoes. Oh yeah, so it's crazy to strategy hop only to realize a lot of the strategies are just a different perspective on the same market structure. Order block forms an FEG, which then causes a 92150 EMAs to spike. Yeah, and if you look at on certain time frames, your EMAs a lot of the time match up with your standard deviation bands on VWAP. Pull up a 15-minute time frame and look at the 50 and the 200. They're going to be pretty damn similar. Joanne likes watching liquidity. It's like magnets. Yeah, and that you're killing it doing that. We've all seen your silver trades. So don't start jumping around and doing ICT shit. Darren does things. What's going on, brother? Not been so active the last few days. Work contract came in, so got to get them back. Make your paper, boo boo. Yeah, I just said that. Been watching too much Cat Williams. Joanne uses it only for confluence. The FEG is large enough and part of a head and shoulders. It most likely retraces to the imbalance and keeps shooting up. Inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders. That's the one that gives you dandruff. All right, we just pushed through VWAP. See how this candle closes. There's a long wick on the bottom of this. And it closes above VWAP. I'll probably take a little 1 micro long here. It is almost 9 o'clock though, so it might not. I have not taken a single trade on stream. I think I did the same thing yesterday, pre-market. Boo-boo. So I'm your son and related to you and Angie now. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna remain flat until New York. That's probably the most adult decision you can make right now. But I am not liking this red candle going under VWAP here. Oh, yeah, definitely not getting into a long at the moment. We got a bunch of orders that just popped up on the book map underneath the current price. 109 at 727. 30, 60, 57 down at 29,700. Still have those 323 orders up at 30,000 though. So depending on that first 3-minute candle during New York, I may take may end up taking a trade in the within the opening range, maybe. Again, want to wait and see how that goes. How do I trade the opening range break? Well, if it breaks through the opening range, I start looking for longs. I usually wait for a pullback to a key level and then a confirmation that it's going to continue in a trend. So if it breaks above, I'm looking for a long. After a pullback, if it goes south, I'm looking for a short after a pullback. Same way I trade VWAP. Yeah, I generally don't like just jumping into the middle of a trade unless it's a really, really strong trend and there are a lot of orders on Bookmap in the direction that I want to go, and it's dark in the other direction. But yeah, I generally wait for a pullback. It took me a long time to get used to waiting for those pullbacks, simply because I'm not that patient. I'm working on it, but I'm not a patient man. So I've really had to straighten my own ass out and learn to wait. Evan and Austin actually helped me with that quite a bit. But the other thing that really helped was watching the red build up in my accounts, getting into trades prematurely, not waiting for the pullback, then having a pullback while I was still in the trade, stopping me out and then going in my direction. And that happened, or it still happens, but that had happened more times than I'd care to admit. So, and actually I'll totally admit it, it was at least a couple hundred times before I really started understanding what the hell was going on. And that understanding was that I'm just being impatient and not letting the price action play out. It's my own fault. I didn't, I should have been looking to the left. And that's the one thing that I keep saying to everyone else, because I already made that mistake. And I've made it so many damn times that I don't want anybody else to make it. Look to the left. You know it's going to pull back. It always does. I think Darren Does Things has been waiting for that promotion. Maybe one day it can be like a nephew. All right. Silver is crushing. Can do nothing. Let's take a look at silver. Now, Johan, are you trading micro silvers? I'm assuming. Holy shit snacks, Batman. So I've talked about this before, about when VWAP starts to drop like this. When the VWAP level, when it goes from basically straight to a ski slope or a skateboard ramp, that's generally when you're looking at getting into a trade. Flat starts to drop. Yeah, as soon as it starts to angle down, you need to look at it on a larger time frame, but VWAP drops. So if you're holding trades for multiple days, there's something to be said for watching that VWAP direction shift. I don't remember who told me to start looking for that, but when I did, my cash accounts definitely thank them. But yeah, silver looks like it's taken a dump. It's been going down for quite a while. Definitely wouldn't consider a long right now. I don't know what the levels are for trading silver. I haven't been watching it enough. See if this prints an indecision candle here. (9:02 a.m.) Still not all that psyched about just hopping into a trade at this time. So yeah, you are trading micros. Did the idiot in the White House tweet something last evening? I mean, probably while taking a dump like a coked up stripper. Been doing that every night. Yes, he did. Investigating oil companies for gouging. It's, oh, is this guy sundowning his way through his presidency? Because there is a point with Alzheimer's and dementia where your brain tries so hard to keep up all the waking day, and you're just working at it and working at it and working at it, and as the sun goes down, your brain just gives up and lets all of the crazy out. Is that what's happening right now in the White House? Our president is sundowning his way through his entire term. What the literal fuck is going on? Price gouging. You started a war in Iran, and now you're claiming that oil companies are price gouging. What a fucking twat. There's also apparently an American state fair today at the White House. Oh, America's back. Yeah. It's all this greatness that came back again. Man, I can barely handle all this greatness. Barely handle all the embarrassment when I leave the fucking country. Oh. Literally, no matter where I go, first thing people, oh, you're from the States? Did you vote for that ass clown? No. A grifter in the White House, and it's nothing but an embarrassment. Wiped his ass with the Constitution, and for some reason, all these bootlicking followers of his tend to just suck it up. Whereas if anybody in the history of the U.S. was to pull one of the things that he's done during either of his terms, that have been executed on the lawn of the White House. I'm not saying that should happen. He is compromised? Yeah, no shit. They got JFK, Nixon, Clinton, and then DJT. Follow the tiny hats if you want to know what's happening politically. Well, we'll have that discussion offline at some point, because holy shit. The flyer showing a fair, well, I mean, it is like a circus, right? Christy Nome is now in Canada. All right. Let me take a look again. So we have resting orders down at, to be accurate, I got to expand this a little bit. $29,713.75. Now you got to keep in mind a lot of the orders underneath us are algorithms. So 29,700 is one of those levels. There are orders sitting there. Those actually look like real orders, though. Yeah, that's not an algo order. The 29,700 is that's all real orders. But there are 319 at 30,000. Thinking somebody wants this price to go up this week. I mean, everyone probably wants this price to go up this week. People are flooding this company's server so it will get out of here. What company are you speaking of? So yeah. Right there is your where those algo orders are. The company that hired Christy Nome. Oh, got it. Got MU earnings tonight. Going to get a little bit. That's super. No, not Super Micro. MU is Micron Technologies. You know what? Why am I asking? I can just look it up. Yeah, Micron Technology. All right. Wowzers. All right. Still not buying stocks now. Oh, the company that hired Christy Nome. Isn't Christy Nome the one who husband dresses up as a woman and likes to be humiliated? Isn't that Christy Nome, or is that another one of those Republicans? All right, it's 9/11. Speak of the devil. Good morning, Angia. Silicone Barbie. I mean, you know what? If that's your thing, cool. I'm not gonna say anything about it. You're not hurting anyone. If you're into it, enjoy it. But when your wife, who also partakes in it, is in that camp where they're talking about how gay people and trans people are pure evil, and maybe you should just take a look at yourself. Just saying. But like I said, I don't care. You enjoy yourself. You do whatever it is you want to do, as long as it's between two consenting adults. Don't give a shit. Not my business, not my concern. I got other much more important things to worry about. Oh, Angie had some losses yesterday and made them back. This week has not been easy. You are absolutely right. All right, 9:13 a.m. I'm going to leave you with another nature scene. And gold is crushing too. Yeah, the gold and silver are both down. So is copper. I am going to go grab some more coffee. I'll leave you with a nature scene again because apparently somebody likes it. Let me know if any monkeys come by. I'll be back. Angie was thinking NQ was going to pump a little today. Well, today doesn't start until 9:30, so it may. I heard July is ripping month. Let's see how it goes on July. Well, We'll see. Hey, it's the butcher. So that means it is time for me to restart the stream. So thank you, everybody. I truly appreciate you coming and hanging out with me in the morning and keeping me from talking to myself and acting like a crazy person. So I'm going to end this now, and I will be back in 5 whole minutes. See you then. Thanks, everybody.